Today, I want to talk about fight, flight, or freeze. What does it mean? Why do we care? Why is it super important to survivors that we understand what this fight, flight, or freeze is? We can have it happen in a board meeting when we're called on and asked to speak. No, like, I'm totally frozen. I have no idea what I'm going to do. Or we could be like, nope, and just get up and leave. That's a minor version of it. Then you have someone that is being sexually assaulted, and it arrives in exactly the same way. So fight, flight, or freeze. There's a bundle of nerves in our system, but I'm only going to talk about 3 of them, and I'm probably going to butcher them, so I apologize. The fight or flight nerve system is the sympathetic nerve system, and it's fight or flight. It's very visible if somebody's fighting. If their heart rate has gone up, their pupils are dilating, and they are screaming, and they're maybe punching, running down the street, that's very visible. It's easy to identify. Then you have the section of dorsal. We have 3. So it's going to be at the bottom. And the dorsal, I don't know that they named it because of a shark, but that's how I remember it. The dorsal fin of a shark going through the water, that is below the radar. Freeze is what happens to the vast majority of survivors. It's not that fight or flight is engaged, it's that freeze is engaged. In freeze, all systems of the body are not a go. The brain and the body are not doing the same thing. Freeze is, I cannot move. I cannot even think or process right here in the moment. I am frozen. So we have fight or flight, sympathetic nervous system. We have frozen dorsal nervous system. And then right in the middle is the only place we can do social interaction. And it's called the ventral vagal nerve, right here in the middle. If that middle line is not engaged, I cannot schedule calendar appointments. I cannot give you yes or no answers that mean something. I might be able to say yes, no, yeah, sure, okay. But my brain was not engaged because ventral vagal, not engaged. So if it is up here and I am fight or flight and I'm like spider, jumping out of a window, and you're like, hey, I'm gonna meet you for lunch at 3 o'clock. It's a little late. Okay, and I'm all right, and I'm running down the street. I did not get that information. That information is not in my head, it's not in my mind, it's not attached to my soul, it is not anywhere. So what if there was something that was more vital information? We were rescuing somebody, and we said, wait right here. And we went to do something and come back, and they're not there. Because in fight, flight, or freeze, ventral vagal is not engaged. And we have to have ventral vagal engaged to hand information over or to receive correct information. So what do? Do we just say, well, we're all screwed? No. We say, okay, so if you're up here, fight or flight, or you're down here, dorsal, ventral vagal is not engaged. So how do we get you here? Because when this is engaged, all communication can happen. That's when we bring in all the things that are grounding. Breathing exercises. And what it's doing is causing both of these sections of the brain to focus on something completely different and come to the middle and calm down. It might take several times, it might take 15 minutes, it might take 3 seconds, depending on where the person is and how they can get out of where they're at. Bringing them to center. Now they can hear you. It didn't change their circumstances. It didn't change the fact that maybe a spaceship just blew up next to them and aliens are now taking over the planet. Circumstances have not changed. But they can now listen to the escape route. They can now listen to the plan. They can now listen to you. They can engage. So every time that we're working with survivors, this is gonna happen. It might be like this all day long, and then they see something and boom! And what we wanna do is bring everyone to the middle. By bringing them to the middle, we can communicate. Fight, flight, freeze. Ventral vagal. If you'd like to read more about it, in my book, Rising Up in an Uprising, on page 7, I have all of the information you need on ventral vagal and sympathetic and dorsal. And then a section for you to write out your thoughts. And how can we communicate better? How can we work together better for survivors, for each other, so we can rise up and just say, enough is enough. I understand why you didn't hear me. You didn't hear me because either you were or you're frozen. I need you to get to here and be like, hey, cool. Hey, yeah, I'm right in the middle.